advanced configuration menu for your desktop program has additional settings that may benefit your tax office. Before you start creating tax returns, we recommend reviewing these options to see if you wish to change or modify any. From inside your configuration menu, choose Advanced Configuration. Once on the Advanced Configuration menu, you'll see a list of options that you can control. The first option, EIC Due Diligence Configuration, allows you to determine if your 8867 due diligence notes will print with your tax returns. You can also determine if additional due diligence documents will show when you're exiting a return. If you choose to use the Head of Household worksheet, the program will automatically run you through the worksheet each time you select Head of House as the filing status. This will help you determine if the return truly qualifies for the Head of Household status. If you have opted to use Adobe to print your PDFs within the desktop program, by default, the method of doing so is Shell. You shouldn't have to change this option, but if you're seeing issues with printing PDFs, you can change this to DLL or EXE instead. When you start returns in your TaxSlayer desktop program, the program will look to see if any data on the prior year return can be pulled forward. One of those bits of information is the taxable state refund. By default, the program will pull the net taxable state refund from the prior year returns. As a new TaxSlayer Pro customer, this feature will benefit you most next season. The next options, Ask to Unlock Returns Awaiting Acknowledgement and Ask to Unlock Accepted Returns, will have the program prompt a dialog box so you can ensure you want to open these types of returns. If you would like a reminder to make sure the 7216 consent to use and consent to disclose forms are signed, you can opt to have the program ask you if these forms have been signed when you exit a tax return. If you have the need for any consent forms that are separate from the consent to use and the consent to disclose, you can create custom consent forms here. During the normal flow of entering a W-2, you can choose to have the program direct you to the Dependents Care Benefit box. If you leave this option as no, you can still enter the dependent care benefits on a W-2, but you'll just need to click into the box each time. If you create client notes on your tax returns, your desktop program will pull these forward into the next year for you. As a new TaxSlayer Pro user, this option will benefit you next tax season. The Prepare a Code is required to complete a return allows your desktop program to require a return to have a Prepare a Code entered before it can be marked complete. The Return to the 1040 menu when exiting a state return will take you back to the main 1040 display when you're exiting a state return rather than that main state return menu. Each one of these options available here can be changed whenever you need. If you aren't sure if you want to use a feature, you can also come back to this menu at a later date. Once you have reviewed the information, click Exit to get back to your configuration menu.